Hi Brian, I'm Patrick. I'm happy to talk to you about safety today.
Okay,
It's
great.
an honor for me. So we start like slowly into
Yeah.
the theme. What was your most memorable moment in the last 5 years when you go splitboarding?
There's so many amazing memories that I have splitboarding. And it's like some days are just because, the effortless flow. All the conditions come together.
Yeah.
The people that you're with. Maybe it's a day with my wife that we just drop the kids off at school and then go up and have a nice tour just on our local, Teton Pass or something. That comes to mind. Times out with guys like Jeremy Jones where we do, a more of a mountaineering adventure. Those come to mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't really. It's hard to say like the one like most memorable
Yeah,
time.
okay. Yeah, it's good. Okay, now we come to backcountry safety.
Yeah.
Um, how do you deal with danger and pressure? Now for you it's
Yeah.
not that important anymore, but when you were still filming,
Yeah,
how did you
absolutely.
deal
Yeah.
with it?
It's been a lifelong process, and it's been one of those things where you have these experiences, negative and positive, and you have to learn from both sides. You seek out these experiences, but with it you realize there's you know there can be a lot of potential danger. So you just try to get informed. You start doing, for me personally, I started doing avalanche classes, doing first aid courses, and just building a skill set, and then practicing and training, and just kind of, looking at the mountains as with respect and being humble about it. You see when there's opportunities where you have safe conditions and it's a nice day and you feel good, then you really give everything you have. I personally do.
Yeah.
I wait kind of patiently for those days, and then if there's instability, especially persistent weak layers, I'm scared. I go very cautiously. I don't look at the lines that maybe are out of that terrain management. Within my level of, comfort. Because everybody has different tolerance to risk.
Yeah.
So my personal level of risk has gone down a lot. What's acceptable risk for me isn't the same as it was when I was 20 something,
Yeah, I know.
wanting to film a video part. So, for me now, it's like I almost set, my intentions is just to go out in the mountains and just kind of see and test and feel and maybe just, I enjoy a mellow tour as much as I enjoy riding a steep line. And it's really, to me, it's like if I feel comfortable, with the conditions, I feel comfortable riding steeper stuff. But,
Yeah.
I'm just as happy going out touring with my wife or with some friends or, just having a chat on the trail, just getting out and doing it. So,
Yeah, nice.
you know.
Okay, so do you have like a kind of standard safety pattern you're using for
Yeah,
planning?
absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I kind of realized there had to be a protocol established to exist in the mountains safely and responsibly. And so I slowly developed this protocol over the years. Just read the avalanche report every day, learn the language. First learn the language, and then read the report, hear the conversation. And then, during a snowstorm, I tend just to ride the ski hill, and like enjoy the powder, lift access. And as things settle down, or if I'm, depending on what the hazard is, plan the routes accordingly.
Yeah.
And then really plan with the group, make a plan B, and just go out with the intentions of coming home. The only goal is to have a nice day and come home at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
and there's all kinds of things that are involved with it. Having the right equipment for the right mission. It's a lot different if you're just going to go out the gate and do a little lap on the side country, or if you're going to go out and do a big mountaineering day. We're going to have to do multiple transitions and use crampons and whatever tools you need, just to make sure you're prepared for whatever conditions you might face.
Okay.
So it's a lot of planning and a lot of like little skill sets that you build over time. So depending on what your goal is, just be prepared for what you might encounter.
Okay. And if you go to areas you don't know, like unknown terrain, what do? You go just with a guide, or you prepare it by yourself?
Well,
or
it depends. It depends what the region is, how much. But always just do the research. You do your homework. You go I want to go to this location. You look at maps, you look at weather reports, you try to get avalanche forecasting information, and you put together kind of an idea. You make a plan, you pick a route, you manage the terrain, and you just try to do the research and do the homework and get local knowledge. Get people that have a lot of experience in the area, and buy them a beer and have a conversation. Just talk about it.
When you had been out with guides,
yes,
in your times when you were still riding steeper stuff, and the guide recommends don't go, but you decide you want to go.
I don't
How
do that.
Deal with
no,
it?
I have always been very appreciative of that kind of feedback. Like when a guide says it's not good, I'm like, thank you. Okay, let's ride something. What do you feel like is good? And he was like, okay, I recommend this aspect and this line. I'm like, thank you. I really appreciate that looking out for me, looking out for our safety. I've never was a guy that really wanted to push it, but if he's like, you know what, ride whatever you want, it's all good, and you're like, okay, and you're feeling good, and you haven't seen any evidence of any instabilities, those are the days that you really just kind of go for it. So, those days don't happen all the time, but when they do, it's like I said earlier, it's like you really want to make the most of those moments and enjoy it to the fullest. It's a special thing when the stars align like that and with those opportunities.
Okay. And when you meet up with guys like Xavier or Jeremy, is there a kind of competition, or was there a kind of competition, or is it just touring with friends and have a great day?
For me, it's just such an honor and a pleasure to be invited to ride with guys on that level. So, I really respect their riding, and I really appreciate the way they see the mountains and what they feel comfortable in. So, it's for me, there's no competition. I'm just honored to be there and just stoked to go out and explore things and push myself personally to where, my limits are and not go too far beyond them.
And this was also when you were younger, it was also the same?
Yeah, I feel like, I was lucky. I felt really fortunate to have Craig Kelly as a mentor.
Okay.
And I get to spend a lot of time with Craig Kelly, and his philosophy on riding, his understanding of the mountains really affected me when I was a young snowboarder. And I kind of based my life on some of the values he had established. Some of the way, his approach to the mountains, his understanding, his commitment to continuing to learn and grow as a rider. And it's something I feel like is a lifelong experience that only grows. You get more knowledge, you spend more time and experience, and you have a better understanding of it. And I think you could enjoy it more. You could choose better lines and pick better, just make better decisions, and really enjoy it more. So when he passed away, it was a heartfelt blow. I felt lost, but I knew he wanted me to continue to ride and continue to grow as a snowboarder. And I've been dedicated my whole life to the sport, and I love it more than ever. And I have children that snowboard. My boys are riding. It's just something that I feel like could be a family, lifelong thing passed down to the next generations.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, you can. The mountains will teach you lessons that of humility and patience, and all these great values. So it's just to find this sport and to be a part of it and to continue to grow. Something that I don't see ever stopping.
Yeah, nice. Really nice. Okay, now I have 10 closing questions.
Cool.
It's just like spontaneously.
Cool.
You
Perfect
say
answer.
what is right. Heli or splitboard?
Wait, what?
Heli?
Heli or
Helicopter
splitboard? Splitboard.
Beer or wine?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Okay,
I'm gonna go with beer.
Summer or winter?
Winter.
Lift lines or touring?
Touring.
5-star hotel or a hut in the mountains?
Hut in the mountains.
Healthy food or eating whatever you get?
Well, healthy, but get in where you fit. Don't be too.
Okay. Snowshoes or splitboard?
Splitboard.
Riding your backyard or new challenging lines?
Well, I would say I'll go with new challenging lines.
Okay, nice. Amazing woman or a big day in Alaska?
I'll have to say my wife.
What are your plans for the upcoming years? Do you have certain goals?
just to sustain.
Okay.
Sustain what I'm doing, just to keep going. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
day by day.
Yeah. And regarding, are there still any dreams you have? What you want to do or something?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just always dream.
Okay.
I'll just say that dreaming is, that's the blueprint to reality. So
Okay.
dream every day.
Yeah, nice. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you
It
for
was
your
a pleasure
time.
to talk to
Yeah,
you.
it's great to talk to you too.